Hello everyone. In the previous lecture, we had learned about the systems of recording business information. That is the methods of recording business information. One was Indian system, another was English system. Okay. Under English system, there were two methods, that was single entry system and double entry system. Now we have looked in detail of Indian system and single entry system. Now we'll go in depth, okay, more deep for double entry system. So in this video we'll learn about elements, that is the procedure of double entry system. Then we'll learn about, okay, definition of double entry system and principles and advantages of double entry system. Okay, so let's start. First one is important elements of double entry system. This is basically the procedure of how you go forth for the double entry system. So if you are planning to record your information using double entry system, you have to follow these six elements in order. You have to follow, okay, because this is the procedure. This is an order. In exam, if you have been asked and you forget something, you have to leave that point, okay. So if you all are writing these 6 steps and if you forget third step, so write number 3 and go forth for the fourth point, fifth point, sixth point, okay. Leave the third point empty, okay. ये उल्टा पुल्टा अगर किया तो you will lose marks. So first point is double effects of transactions. Now before that, what is the transaction? You have to identify your transaction. Okay. So who is paying the money? Who is receiving the money? For what purpose is the money is being paid? For the amount. What is the amount that is being paid or received? Okay. Then what is the date of the transaction? Everything you have to analyze. Then the first step here, that is the element, you have to identify dual aspects of the transactions. So which two accounts are included in the transaction. So who is the receiver, who is the giver, okay, and which account will be debited, which account will be credited. You have to identify that. Second element is recording of transactions in journal book. Okay, so what is a journal, what is a ledger? We'll learn that each point. Okay, for now just keep in mind you have to first record your transactions in journal book. Then you have to record the same transactions in the ledger book. After recording your transactions in ledger, you have to balance the ledger accounts. Balancing का मतलब है you have to balance in a sense debit and credit account amount जो है both should be same. Okay, here there is 10,000 debited, so here also 10,000 should be credited, same amount. Okay, एक भी रुपए का फर्क it should not be there. Then after that balancing is done, you have to prepare the trial balance. In a trial balance, always you have to remember both the sides are equal. For that purpose, you are balancing your ledger accounts. Okay. If your ledger accounts are not balancing, if there is a difference of 1 rupee or 2 rupees or more than that, okay, then you will not able to prepare your trial balance. Okay. So after that, your final step is preparing final accounts. Final accounts in the sense you have to prepare trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet. Okay. So this will be learning for each chapter. For now, just keep in mind this is double entry system. These are the 6 elements or the 6 steps that we will be following. First step is identify the transaction. Then you have to identify what 2 dual effects will be there. Then you have to record your transactions in journal book, then ledger book. Balance these transactions, the books in ledger, that is both your debit and credit side should be same. Okay. Then you have to prepare a trial balance based on the ledger accounts that you are balanced. And the final step, last step is final accounts. Now we'll learn definition of double entry system. So in exam, you will not be able to write this much. If you all are able to write, then please write. But be careful. Every word should be exact. Okay. If you all are planning to write the definition, every word should be exact. If you are planning to write the meaning, then it's okay. You can write it in your own words, but definition should be exact. Okay, so this definition is been given by J.R. Bartley Boy. Okay, he has told that every business transaction has a twofold effect and that it affects two accounts in opposite directions. So there are twofold effects, that is your debit and credit. One is the receiver, one is the giver. And it affects two accounts, that is it affects two people or two organizations. Okay, so if I'm paying a light bill, then my account will be affected and Mahavitran account will be affected. So two accounts are affected and there are twofold effects, that is my account is being debited, Mahavitran ka account is being credited. Okay, then it in opposite directions. Why opposite direction? Both are not receiving. One is receiving, one is giving. So there are two opposite directions. Okay, then if a complete record is to be made, if you all want complete record, if you all want accurate record, then each such transaction, it would be necessary to debit one account. Here I have written DRCR, that is debitor and creditor. Those two short forms I have written. Okay, you will be writing those two short forms only throughout your commerce background. Now, if you all want complete record, if you all want accurate record, then one account is to be debited, another account is to be credited. And this recording of twofold effects of every transaction, twofold effects and twofold affection, like now who is getting affected, these twofold effects are named as term-double entry. This is exactly what we have learned in our previous videos. Okay, no need to get confused, but if you are confident enough to write this definition in exact words, then only I will advise you to write it, otherwise please don't write it. Now we have learned the definition, we have learned the procedure. Now what are the principles and what are the advantages? Principles are same only as we have learned in the definition. Okay, so first principle is minimum two effects, debit and credit. One account will be debited, another will be credited. There are two accounts, one is the receiver, one is the giver. If one account is debited, another is to be credited. Okay, if there are two accounts, then both the accounts cannot be debited and both the accounts cannot be credited. Okay, it should be equal. And the principle that we have learned in the previous video, every debit has equal and corresponding credit of the same amount. Okay, so these are the four principles. It's nothing different that we have learned, it's same. Okay, now last part for today is advantages of double entry system. First advantage is complete record. Why complete record? Because you get to know who paid the money, who received the money, for what purpose was the transaction carried forward, for on what date was the transaction taken place. Okay, everything you get to know in detail. So therefore this gives you a complete record. Then accuracy, then this is accurate in nature. Okay, because everything you know in detail. If there is some glitch or there's some mistake, then you get to know it immediately. So therefore accuracy is ensured using double entry system. Then common acceptance. This method is generally followed in all over the globe. Okay, so therefore it is common acceptance. So if you all are planning to use this double entry system in your organization and that same system you are using in another organization, then it will avoid confusion. Okay, in this point basically it will avoid confusion. Okay, and the last point is for business results. So business results, why? Because this is giving you complete records. You know where you are lacking, what are your weaknesses, what are your strengths, where are the opportunities, where are the threats. You know everything, therefore you all are able to manage your business transactions effectively and therefore it is giving you business results. Business results in a sense, it is giving you higher profits. Okay, so I hope you all have understood this everything, and thanks for watching the video. Please like, share and subscribe.